Hi everybody, this is Art Samurai, and today I'm going to be reacting to Monogatari Off-Season and Monster Season Episode 7. But let's talk just a little bit more about the special episode last week. Because damn, it was good. So I don't think I said anything about the way it starts. Where it's like, it doesn't have a voice over it. It's just words on the screen. But this line, because it happened too far in the past to sound realistic, and a story like this with no morals or salvation is better off left as a lie. Like, am I supposed to take this as Shinobu thinking about it? Or like a omniscient storyteller, that has, that's just very separate from any characters that we know. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm more inclined to say it's Shinobu from her thoughts. But it kind of reminds me a little bit of how Kizu starts, of how Araragi doesn't want to talk about it because, it's filled with regrets of him and just the hell that was spring break. It was so hellish that it almost seemed not true. But it was so hellish because he could never forget. But he couldn't get himself to tell it to anyone except us, the reader. So yeah, a story like this with no morals or salvation. I don't know exactly about no morals, but no salvation. I mean, in this small episode, yeah, there was definitely no salvation for the character that would come to know as Shinobu yet. So yeah, this would definitely be a tragedy if it was just, about this character that we'd never know up until this point. It's better off left as a lie. Like, that specific part of it really makes me think it's from Shinobu's point of view. Because, of course, she'd have such a bad opinion of it. She doesn't want to think of it as something that actually happened to her. She wants to distance herself as much from it as possible. But yeah, the visuals, I don't think I praised the visuals as much as I needed, because they were stunning. And also the choice of basically using like this kind of like silhouetted puppets in like a shadow play was really, really clever. Because yeah, doing it like that really like puts a bit of a barrier between us who is watching and this world that we are getting a look at. Like, because no one has not really a face, it's hard to really think of them as true people, unlike, the rest of the series. It really is like we're just looking at something that happened in a fairy tale book. And they definitely succeeded, because I feel like that's what they wanted to convey. There's definitely a big degree of separation with these visuals. Not seeing anyone's face, just their silhouettes, and panoramic, just big views of the backgrounds. Even the animals are really just silhouettes. Everything is like black, or the princess becomes transparent after the witch deal. But yeah, I also kind of like forgot about the detail that pretty much everyone had a picture of the princess in their homes. And she was so beautiful that a portrait of her was displayed in every household. Now, I don't know if it was like, mandatory, like her parents were like, oh, you gotta have a picture of the princess in every home because she's just that beautiful. Or just, the people saw her and like, oh, we gotta have a portrait of her in our houses to really pay respect to how truly beautiful she is. Either way, it conveys a similar message. But if it's the first one, then yeah, I think you definitely would have started with her parents, not seeing her for who she was, and then basically spreading that same message to everyone in the kingdom until no one ever truly tried to look beyond her looks and probably even like actively ignored anything else. But at the same time, I rewatched the scene in Nadeko Medusa where Shinobu really goes off on Nadeko about, the whole, I guess you're lucky you just happen to be cute. And man, there was a lot of animosity and resentment in those words. Then I remembered. Like, yeah, like, a lot of what she says is very specific to Nadeko. But, like, broadly speaking, I feel like you can definitely see it also as, Shinobu projecting a little bit and kind of talking to... She's basically seeing her past self in Nadeko. And that's why she says those things with such... I don't want to call it bad faith, but just, she was definitely not being neutral when giving that little speech there. There's definitely a lot of negative bias. And at first, before this, it's like, oh, okay, like, then she really has Nadeko up, like, really up to a T, basically. Even though they never basically talked to each other before that scene. But now, like, you say this, and it's like, ah, shit. No wonder Shinobu took just a few looks at Nadeko, and she was like, oh, I've seen this before. She doesn't say it. That I misremembered. But like, come on. She don't gotta say it for us to notice. And just like Shinobu, she just happened to be beautiful. And that was all that she was for a while. And also, from the way that the scene with Nadeko goes, I would, I would assume, or at least, I would think that because of the way that she says Nadeko doesn't try at all to change or to make other people see her differently, then I would say that might also apply to the princess here. Like, she might be thinking all of this, like, they don't know who I am inside, they only care about what I look like, they'll just give me empty praise. But this is all, just all inside her head. We never actually see her try to change people's perspective on her. So maybe that's why, like, for that long while before she met the witch. She probably never tried to do anything herself. She just wallowed in self-pity. You know, very understandable, of course. I'm not trying to be cruel. I'm just trying to see it from Shinobu's perspective. And putting the parallel with Nadeko even stronger with that. So she just, she was just a passive observer of how people treated her without actually trying to take action into her own hands. Until someone came in who magically had the ability to do that. So yeah, I do think this is like an allegory for an oddity, but I don't think this is like a straight up oddity. But who knows? Maybe. I mean, vampires are oddities, so not impossible. But yeah, then the witch made her wish come true, but obviously it came at a very great cost. They forgot about her beauty and were able to see her soul, but then it was all to the extreme. Her soul was so beautiful. Not about her looks, her soul. Which, even then, no one even still tried to really spend time with her and get to know her. So it was basically the same thing, but with a different twist. So yeah, that goes basically to tell that she didn't try to save herself. She just left it at the hands of someone else. Yeah, and I did say she wasn't able to even feel her own emotions. And well, she did cry, but, I feel like someone on her situation, that's definitely a very mild reaction. So I do feel like her emotions were kind of dialed down. So that she had to live with this. But not being driven to madness. And not be able to also just alleviate herself by dying. So she's just cursed to live like this. So that the witch gives her the advice of just leave. Keep on traveling. And then someday she might be able to save those who die for her beautiful soul. Until then, you need to keep distancing yourself from other people. So yeah, I think I talked enough about that. Basically, yeah, that was a big part of when she was so lonely until she met Araragi. Like, man, oh man. When Araragi first meets Kishot, and she says he's the first person ever to actually want to help her. That's, although he still tries to kill himself, by that making her keep on living, but she decides to save him because she can now. I don't know, there's something really, really sweet about that. But it took a hell of a long time to get there. So that's definitely depressing. Okay, so this episode, I know two of new character designs that are going to show up. One is about the vampire that will make Kishot a vampire. So I'm guessing this next arc will be about Kishot's first, when she first becomes a vampire. And there's another guy, a vampire as well. I don't know what relation she has with them, but he's there. And man, if you thought that Kishut Acerola Orion Heart Underblade was a long and kind of silly name, after you see what these two are named, you're gonna think that Kishut's full name is normal sounding. But yeah, let's get to the episode in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, I hope we get a Waza. We get a Shinobu opening like the other two. Acerola, bon appetit. Ah, those are underrated. I really like the Shinobu openings. They're really creative. Okay. Ooh, I don't know this voice. Is that the new vampire lady? Did she come up with the name? Yeah. Slightly. Oh. Wow. A pet, huh? Appetite. Okay, appetite. What? Okay, chapter 2. Yo. Wow, is this gonna be from her perspective? Man. I was hoping it would be from Shinobu's. Oh. I'm guessing she's human still? Oh my god! Human kiss shot. Okay. Yeah, she was still seen as just a princess. Yeah, of course she can talk to her since she's a vampire, so I'm guessing she doesn't get affected by the princess's deal with the witch. Oh. She just keeps on dying and then reviving. Oh, but she did try. Bon appetit. Oh, I really like that visual. I mean, she has to succeed at some point. Really? Then how did she turn into a vampire? Oh. Oh, okay. This guy, yeah. I know him too. From just looks. I'm not calling him all that. I'm just calling him tropical. The only one, huh? Oh, he has Daisuke Hirasawa's voice, I think. I was gonna say, why doesn't she just go looking for more people to eat? I guess time to move. Hmm. Hmm. Man, we're going through these chapters quick. Hmm. Oh, I really like the paintings. Okay, so this is before she met her. Wow. I love the whole look of this place. Hmm. Oh. Hmm. Hmm. So she failed 5 times. Hmm. And she ended up there even though she got warned. More evil. Man. I mean, that's what I thought as well. That's why they were able to talk to each other. Hmm. So vampires can eat corpses. So they don't need to eat living people. Hmm. It seems like she's the one who's evil. Hmm. Because of staying in this close-minded obsession of eating things she kills. She ended up like that. Oh. Hmm. Yo. It doesn't look bad to be stepped on by her. I'm just saying. Oh. There's her name. Now that gave me, like, those epithets. Gave me, like, uh, what was it? Cold-blooded? Hard-blooded? The kiss shot thing, Deketsu neketsu, teketsu nishite. So she had something like that as well. But yeah, this is Deathtopia. Been hearing about her for a while. And I will just say, she definitely already has one of the hottest designs in the show. That was cool, the way they use colors. Oh, I hadn't noticed before. She had heterochromia? So she lost her memories from that? Man. Oh, she has the laugh. Hmm. Apologizing. Even though she wasn't the one at fault. Death and medical death and certain death. Suicide Master. Hmm. Oh. What? Yeah, of course that's not a name. So Acerola was part of her. It was her original name. Mm. Maybe they tell embellish that. No, this is how Deathtopia sees her. Just by looking at her, she's already feeling the need to. Yeah, let's just spend too much time with her. Ah, The one I've been seeking. Yeah, okay. She knows that part as well. Oh, the music. Whoa. So... Mm. Oh? Then she'll just come back. Like you already saw it. Hmm. Oh? Magecraft, huh? Uh, I see, I see. I'm guessing this is the third time she died. Yep. Okay. Fitting, no? Corpse Castle. He's still calling her master. Yeah, the throne is so cool. Yeah, I was gonna say. He seems less strong than her, so. Oh. Mm. Mm. Yeah, well, we all know that's not gonna happen. But yeah, I'm so curious how this arc is going to end. Is that the end? Oh man. I was hoping instead of just credits, it would have, different visuals for the ending centered around this arc. But this is fine. We have floating bats. Then I forget that it's a different part of the song. I actually don't know. Like, I've just been going off of like something I heard that this season is going to be like 14 episodes or something. But I actually have I'm not actually sure. So I kind of want to go and check. But I don't know. Like, we really went through chapters fast in this episode. So maybe this arc is not gonna be as long as Nadeko Draw. Let me just check real quick in my anime list if this season has a confirmed number of episodes. Monogatari off and Monster season. But yeah, this episode, I did notice that the whole episode had black bars on the top and bottom, kind of like, giving the a film vibe. So that really gives even more like the Kisu movies of having been long in the past. But yeah, I don't. I mean, can you blame me for thinking that this arc was going to be from Shinobu's POV. Like, yes, we haven't had a Shinobu POV arc yet. So I was like, oh, off season surely gotta be the place where it's going to be. But no, I guess we're just never going to get it. No, okay. The number of episodes is still unknown. Well, okay. I'm looking at the voice actors. Also, they have Araragi in the voice actors, but we haven't heard a single line from him yet. So, maybe we'll get something from him in the season. Oh, there's Deathtopia in the list, but there's no voice actor credited to her. What? Hopefully they'll add the VA later. No, Tropical doesn't have a VA either, but I'm pretty sure. Because I don't fully remember if it's I have no idea who Deathtopia is, but for Tropical, I think is let me just search. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Daisuke Hirasawa who voiced Kakyoin in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Let me see. Yeah, I think it's him. But Deathtopia's voice doesn't sound at all familiar to me. But I really do like how she sounds. She sounds imposing and just, like she demands authority whenever she's around. But yeah, we're getting this from her perspective. So, obviously, I'm more interested in Acerola. But, man, when was the last time we had a character introduced in the series? I think it might have been Oikura. Right? Yeah, I think it was. So yeah, it's been a long time. And we get 2 in 1. Granted, obviously, I do think, from the way that some fans have hyped her up, that she's definitely gonna be a much more bigger deal than her servant. But it's still cool to know. And also, it's nice to see another point of reference for a vampire master and a servant relationship in comparison to the ones that Killshot has had. But yeah, this is probably the norm. But yeah, I'm guessing the reason why Killshot ended up being such a powerful vampire, the king of aberrations, is because of Deathtopia. But I don't know, it is a bit strange. I guess it's just been that long that there's no history records in terms of the specialist of what Deathtopia was like. But if she was such a big deal that Killshot came out from Deathtopia turning her, you would think the specialists would be like, oh yeah, Killshot is such a big deal because of Deathtopia. Kind of like they used to do with Araragi being like, oh, you're such a big deal as a vampire, of course, the vampire hunters individually didn't have a chance against you because your master is kiss shot. But no, not once has it ever been hinted at, or even a straight up, we've had a name drop of her before. So I mean, I would like to assume that she's dead by this point, but if not, then yeah, what's her deal? What is she doing in the present? Also, just I like that we start off the episode with her and Acerola already being acquainted, and then we trace back to her learning about her, and then meeting her, and then deciding, yeah, let's work together for now, you know? After all, even if your passive ability, let's say, of making others kill themselves, well, it still technically works on Deathtopia. She still scumbags anyway. Because, what would kill a human wouldn't kill a vampire. So that's interesting. Like, she dies, kind of like, how many times, Kishot and Anaragi inflicted what would be fatal wounds on a human in their fight. But not to a vampire, they just regenerate back. Although it's hard to say how the deaths happen here, because there's no blood when she comes back, so... Yeah, this is a really interesting setup for this. Yeah, I can be the one that you can save and stay around. Because your curse can... it can affect her, but, like, she'll just come back. But it's still, though, gotta be at least really annoying for Deathtopia to be dealing with that. Plus, she loses the memory of when it happens. So, man, the way that Acerola acts. Because, the last episode, it was just, told to it from, like, a narrator standpoint. We never actually see her. And we never get actual dialogue from her. Except from what the narrator says that she's thinking and says. But here we actually see what she was like. And let's just say that, yeah, the medical parallels remain strong. You saw me be like, oh, I'm sorry? Even though it's not really her fault. She says it as something she feels like she has to say. But also, like, at this point it's also a habit. Like, it's happened so many times that it's probably, like, a reflex at this point. Which, still goes back to that. But yeah, it also, not quite right. Because at this point it's like, Acerola is kind of jaded. And it's like, but I still gotta, I still gotta go searching. There's gotta be someone I can save instead of Doom. But this really is giving, or reminding me of Robin from One Piece. Specifically the moment between her and Frankie, when he tells her, your existence, or someone's existence, is not a sin. Just you existing is not a sin. So yeah, that really reminded me of this. Acerola really needed someone to tell her that. But instead she got Deathtopia. But yeah, okay, so the reason she gives for her not wanting to kill herself is that if someone were to also be in her same situation, she wants her life to be an example of what they can do to for their soul to have salvation and not end up in the place that she's in, or before they end up in the place that she's in. I wonder if it's as selfless as she paints it as, but at the same time it's like, well, it kinda has to be, right? Because at this point she's probably giving up on herself. Not probably, most likely. But yeah, I mean, Deathtopia is certainly a character, but like, I don't, I don't really have a good grasp on where her character could go right now. But let's just say that I definitely see a lot of her, or rather, I definitely see that Killshot as a vampire will take a lot from how she acts and how she carries herself. Like a teacher of sorts. But yeah, they'll have this agreement. But we all know that Deathtopia will not be the one to get salvation from her, or vice versa. So how will this play out? But yeah, the whole I only eat what I kill is like, oh, that's definitely a very narrow view of going about that. I think it was Tropical who called Acerola evil, which is like, really? How? Everyone dies. But the intention was never there. But of course, it's simply, I guess, by the amount of bodies that she causes in her path. But Deathtopia is literally like very few. I'm guessing, I don't know, let's say she's like 4 people a month. But she goes out of her way to kill, to eat them. I feel like this is new information about vampires. I don't think we knew that they could just, pick up a corpse that has been dead for, I don't know, a day or two, and they can just eat it. Like, it probably doesn't taste as well, but at least they didn't have to kill someone to get it. So it's like, there is an ethical way for vampires to eat then. But Killshot said to Araragi, like, if I don't do this, I just die. I was like, no. But of course, obviously, she wanted Araragi to kill her, so he could go back to being a full human. But I guess that's another lie that we weren't aware of at the time. But also, surely, Deathtopia's influence definitely, informed the way that Killshot obtained people to eat. If it was someone that didn't want to kill humans, then the way they went about things, it could have made Killshot less of a threat to humanity. If she just ate dead people. But yeah, this is some cool world building for sure. Is that something that I'm like super invested in Monogatari? But when we do get it, I like it. I do wonder if there's gonna be anything at all that will change for Deathtopia, you know? I'm guessing she's pretty old, so it would be hard for her to do so. But I mean, Shinobu is an old hag as well. But, you know, maybe not enough, but maybe she'll change the slightest bit. In what way? I have no idea. But like, this feels like very significant. So yeah, if you thought I missed out on something on the episode, or if you just wanna share like some insight about any of the characters in the episode, just, you know, obviously without spoiling, then do feel free. But I think this is gonna be it for me, and I'll talk more about it next week. So if you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. Till next time, see ya.